Welcome, Tag Fu. What? Special Christmas edition
Oh,
and the only podcast about people eating stuff. I'm Mike Lisk.
hello, everybody. Welcome once again to another episode of Egg Food. What? Young Michael.
Hmm
When you say special Christmas episode,
hmm
uh, I hope I wasn't supposed to be prepared. Oh, look at you with the fancy fake Santa in the background. Oh,
Jesus.
oh.
You're not very observant, are you?
No,
No, I have to point to it.
was that there last week?
No, it wasn't there last week. This is the special Christmas edition.
Don't
So
yell
I
at me.
so I brought my one Christmas decoration. I stick this. I made this when I was a Cub Scout, and it's still kicking around. We kept it all these years. And yeah, this is my one Christmas decoration. I
What's
put
it
it in
made
the
of?
win I put it in the window and I'm celebrating. I've decorated, so people can't say I'm a Scrooge.
No,
Yeah, it's
no, not
crass.
me. Not
It's
me.
Santa Claus and he's holding a little Christmas tree.
I mean, it looks like, how red is his face? Was he sprinting from house to house? Did he not have his
Well,
trusty
it's
reindeer to carry him around the world?
it's cold out there.
What's it made? What's that thing made of?
Plywood.
His
So,
eyes, what are his eyes looking at? His eyes look creepy, like,
he's
somebody's
just
been
looking
creeping
up.
around.
He's just looking
His
out,
eyes look like, oh boy.
Well, it's a long night he's got ahead of himself, right?
All right. All right. I like it.
I see you went all out for the Christmas episode.
Where's my money?
It's
Where's
in
my
the
money?
it's in the mail. I can actually say
Uh-huh.
it's in the mail.
Aha. Okay.
The check is in the
All,
mail.
all this talk about finally getting a couple of shekels from this. And it's I'm sorry, what'd you say? In the mail?
It's
Okay.
in the mail.
Right. Oh,
Mailed
but you
out
forgot to sign it.
mailed out today.
All right, I'm excited.
As I went
Excited
up
to see this number.
to
How long does
pay.
third class mail take to get be delivered anyway?
Well, we'll have to see. I mean,
What is COD running for these days?
COD. Yeah, COD on a
Very
Christmas card.
exciting.
But so yeah, I see you finally received the Beatles' final single,
Yes.
and your reaction video could not be more underwhelming.
Thank you.
You know,
I had to
all
keep it real.
you keep it real. Do you understand what a reaction why they call it a reaction video?
Yeah, because it's your reaction.
Yeah, but there's a difference between reacting and listening. You didn't
No, there's
react.
a difference between reacting and bullshitting.
You didn't react. You sat there, you listened to the song, and then you threw out your 2 cents. I mean,
Yeah.
I did like the part where you didn't adjust the speed correctly, so it
Well,
starts.
I left that in. Little fun for you.
That was the highlight. It was all downhill from there.
I thought about once that happened, I thought about doing it the whole way, but I was like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's not gonna be that funny for the whole 4 minutes.
No, no, that was a good decision.
But
But
the non-reaction was my reaction. I listened to it and it was like, okay, it was nice.
I get it. But you've seen these reaction videos. Do everybody in his reaction videos just sit there stone faced through the whole thing? No, they bob their head. They
You know,
maybe get it.
I'd like them to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Should I assume they're all bullshitting now?
No,
It's
some
like it's
no,
it's like
is
when
it?
I'm at a restaurant. When you're
Mhm,
at a restaurant, you ask the waiter, is this dish any good? You kind of want the
mhm.
inside. And or you go, should I have this or that? When they won't give you a real answer, I don't trust that shit. I'd rather they say, this sucks, you should get that,
Mhm.
than they're all great. I love them all equally.
I'm
I'd
not
rather be
saying
honesty. I thought you of all people appreciated honesty.
I like honesty, but you have to understand the form that you were involved with. Like I said, this is a reaction video. You said you were a big fan of these reaction videos.
Hmm.
Have you ever seen anybody just sit there stone faced through the whole thing, not give you a little bit of a facial expression as to how the music is going over with them.
Mhm.
You know, that's the whole that's the whole showbiz part. It's showbiz. You
Are
know,
you
you
calling me an American original? Is this what
American
you're saying?
original. Yeah,
I'll
an
take the
American
compliment.
original. Yeah,
Some
you're the
people aren't good
one
at accepting compliments. I'm great at it.
you're the one who revolutionized reaction videos by just sitting there
I mean, everybody
listen
can be knocked
listening.
out, but to be honest, I should have done it right away instead of waiting a week because
Mhm.
I would have been more emotional in the
Uh-huh.
beginning.
Yeah.
By the time I got around to it, I kind of steeled myself.
Hmm.
And yeah, the song is a bit, I won't
Dirge
say
like.
underwhelming because it's still a great moment, but it's
Mhm.
fine.
Okay.
But you're telling me that these videos are mostly lies in which people, even if they don't mean it, they ooh and ah. It's like the Food Network. I said for years, I love to watch a show where instead of you go to all the great hamburgers in the world and just everyone, you're just on the floor. Oh my God. I'd like to see one where they eat it and they're like, yeah, it's good.
Right.
It's fine.
No, I wasn't telling you to throw yourself on the floor in ecstasy listening to the song. I'm just
Sounds like you
saying,
are.
give us something. Give us something. A
I
facial
think
reaction,
I
a
think
head
I
nod.
did. If I'd done the usual, oh my God, my life has changed, would we even be talking about it right now? Or would you just kind of be like,
Well,
eh,
if the video went viral, I think I'd be quite pleased.
here we go. Here we
If the
go.
video went viral,
Here we go.
it's all
Here's
about going viral. I
which you
mean,
see
I'm not a
thank you.
showbiz guy. I fall far short in that category. I'm not a
You're the one that's
showman.
been in show business for 20 years, not
I,
me.
I'm not a showman. Showbiz,
Well,
radio.
I'll be honest.
I think radio's like the lowest form of showbiz these days.
Uh, hearing this, hearing Mike Lisk ask for more fake bullshitting is disheartening for this Christmas
Not
during this
fake
Christmas
bullshit.
season.
You know, just give us something.
Did anybody
Yeah.
say anything about it? I
No,
don't think
I
anybody.
didn't get any reaction. That's what I'm saying. The reaction has been underwhelming.
Well, that's consistent with everything I've ever done. So I don't think it's
No,
just this video.
I'm
I'm
trying to.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize if this video is too real for everybody,
It's too.
including you.
It's too real. What was with the aspect ratio? It was like you were in a hallway or something. What was that? An artistic touch? Did I miss? Was that
Uh,
the was that
you're
the
welcome.
artistic touch?
It's just, yes. And that's another instance of there's things going on in this video you don't even know are happening. All right.
Okay.
The less you know, the better, because your
Mhm.
mind will just be blown about all the things happening that you don't even see or feel, but are happening. I guess you do feel it.
Mhm.
And you don't even know what those are. But yeah, that 16:9 aspect ratio I chose was for that purpose. Thank you for noticing. Thank
Do
you
I
for
have
noticing.
do I have to watch this thing on IMAX? I mean, you know what?
See, oh, look who's curious now. Oh, look what's got
I,
Michael's attention.
I mean, his social media format wasn't
May,
capable of conveying.
maybe, I don't know. Sounds like someone's got the bug. Someone got bitten by something. Somebody wants to talk about this video. I think it's going viral in your head.
I, I wish. I wish. I mean, I see these viral videos that are going over, and it's just like mind-boggling to me
You
that
know,
we
there's
can't.
no button that says make this video go viral, right? I mean, I'm only half joking when I'm asking. You know this, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's all PR for the show, right? I'm trying to build the audience. Like I
Don't tell the
say,
audience that.
I'm mortified every time. Every time I listen to something on YouTube, some interview or something, and I'm like, wow, maybe we are special because I see some really boring, stupid shit, and it's got 20,000 followers,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what's going on? How do we break through? That's why I put all this extra pressure on you. I only put it on you because I know you can handle it. I know you can handle it. So
like Jesus.
yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to break you. I want us both to you know, excel in this format.
Takes a little more than Mike List to break me.
That's true. Yeah,
Sorry.
I would never even think of it.
But you are right, though. Like, even a lot of the podcasts I kind of have in my queue, always, sometimes I'm like, these are boring as fuck. Like, how are these? Then I'm like, how shitty are we? Like,
Yeah, we
like,
can't even garner the audience that this boring ass shit has.
yeah,
You
I'm
know, it's like
listening to
what's wrong?
whatever.
There's something wrong here.
They have commercials, they have sponsors, they have this, and I'm like, this is duller than shit. Uh, but I think that also tells you what, because you see these YouTube people,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I think, wow, we're turning out a show every week. I've got my Xmas time bullshit doing this. I'm like, wow, I'm doing a lot. These people are churning out high quality videos, like these young comedians,
Mm-hmm.
churning them out, and like 99% of those people will never hear from.
Mm-hmm.
So I
By
think it's
high
part.
quality, do you mean the graphics and stuff?
I mean, just well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not Spielberg, but it's definitely up from what like I would do as
yeah.
of this
We're
moment.
we're bare bones as far
Right.
as
Like they have a
graphics and
real
all that stuff.
camera, they have a script, they have somebody helping them,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
minimal, but
yeah.
and I mean the amount of stuff they churn through is
Mm-hmm.
astonishing. And it's
Yeah,
like if they don't make it,
yeah.
so yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Mm-hmm. Now I see you put up your um, Christmas episode list.
Oh
If,
yes.
if people want to check that out, it's on all your socials.
All my
Uh,
socials.
yeah, it's all. Was there one American show on there, or was it all British?
Well, it's called Britcoms to
Oh,
watch. So
okay, okay, all right,
I mean, if you'd get your
okay.
nuts out of your eyes.
I couldn't
Classic British
remember.
Christmas sitcom episodes. Have you seen any of these?
Um, no, I don't think I saw them.
If I pick out three that are top
Was there
10,
a
10
Christmas
10,
episode in the first three seasons of Only Fools and Horses?
there's 19 Christmas episodes in Only Fools and Horses.
All right, yeah, you said it would be like a
But it's
separate.
misleading. There's only one that is actually set during Christmas. And you saw it because you saw the first season.
Okay,
So
what was it
but it's
about again? Remind
it's
me.
called Christmas Crackers. It's basically Del Boy, Rodney, and Granddad sitting around trying to eat their Christmas dinner. They're bored. Del Boy and Rodney think they have to stay in to be nice to Granddad.
All right,
And,
yeah, yeah, okay.
and he's like, fuck this, I'm out. And he bounces down at the senior center. So they end up going to some club and it's just
Uh-huh.
really funny.
Yeah.
Hilarity ensues. That's the only one. Like they have a Christmas meal, they have a Christmas tree, they talk about Christmas. The other 18, a lot of which are movie length, an
Hmm.
hour and a half. Only one that I can think of, two, even mention Christmas. So,
Hmm.
but they were always shown on Christmas Day, and a big part of Christmas is uh, uh, sitting around after you eat your turkey, watching Only Fools and Horses specials. But
Hmm.
would you like me to pick out one or two or three of these if
Sure,
you have
yeah.
watched? All right. A classic, I would go with, well, the extras one, which was also the series finale. That's
Hmm.
an all-time.
Okay, I have seen that. It's been a long time. I don't have much of a memory of it. That's not the one
Okay.
with David Bowie in it, is it?
No,
No, okay.
that's a dumb question.
No, I haven't seen Extras. When did that come out? It came out quite a few years ago.
Yeah, like 07.
Yeah, okay.
Another great one is the Blackadder
Hmm.
Christmas Carol.
Okay.
Brilliant.
That's one of those series that everybody's told me about I should watch.
Hmm.
Blackadder, Father Ted, and
Father Ted, that's another great one.
Faulty Towers, which I did watch a couple of these Faulty Towers episodes, season one, and it was slapstick galore. I was like, okay.
No Christmas
I
there.
didn't know I would be watching a Three Stooges British comedy. I mean, just lots of slapstick,
A lot of slapstick.
which I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting.
Uh, the Vicar of Dibley had a couple of them. The Christmas lunch incident one where she's forced to go to 4 different Christmas dinners is really great.
Hmm.
I would put that down. And then Let's go with Peep Show. That's a classic one.
Okay.
Any of the ones on this extensive list I've put together?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna be. Yeah,
the Gavin and Stacey one is a classic.
yeah. No, I'm gonna use this list. I'm gonna dip into it, and we can talk about it on a future episode. Are there any Christmas movies that you like, or do you maintain that you still don't like movies?
I've never said I don't like movies.
Every time I ask you about a movie, and I think I'm going to stump you again, but let's see where it goes. Any Christmas movies come to mind?
I mean, I like the same ones as everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Okay.
That is the end of that discussion.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you a more controversial Christmas movie than Die Hard. The Night of the Hunter. Are you familiar with that movie?
Mm-mm.
Robert Mitchum?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's not from the book. The Heart is a Lonely Hunter.
No. This is it's a, I don't know what you call it. I mean, it's terrifying.
Is that when he has the love and hate on his hands?
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm going to draw this line because this glare is nuts. Keep talking.
But have you seen the movie, or you've just seen the picture?
I've not seen it.
Okay.
I think the only reason I know that is from the Clash. My favorite Clash song, "Death or Glory," has that love and hate tattooed across the knuckles on his hand.
Oh, okay.
I think at some point what's that about? And it's like,
yeah, you looked it up and then you said, okay, it's not interesting enough for me.
Nope.
But it's a terrifying. You would like it because I think it's, you know how like most of Dickens' stories are literally throwing young kids into sort of the terrifying world of adults.
Yeah.
That's what The Night of the Hunter is. The first scene, we see two kids playing. Next thing you know, their father appears. He's being chased by the police. He's robbed a bank and he's killed two people. So, and the kids are getting this. This is all playing out in the front yard.
This is a Christmas movie?
Well, yeah. Wait, like I said, it's an unorthodox Christmas movie. So from that point on, the father is incarcerated. He's later executed. I mean, this thing is, but then Robert Mitchum happens to be
right, and then he
cellmate.
goes back to his
Yeah.
small town where he discovers Christmas all over again.
No, Robert Mitchum is the cellmate of the father's, and he learns that the money that was robbed was hidden by the children.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this guy, he gets out of prison, and he's like a scam artist. He takes advantage of widows and women in general, I guess. He's just a nightmare of a character. And he basically exploits these people, kills them, and then he moves to the next town. And he's a phony preacher to boot. That's his part of his con.
And the Christmas message is
so what happens is that most of the movie basically, so of course Robert Mitchum shows up at the widow's. This is after the husband has been executed.
Oh, and he's like, "Oh, hey girl."
And he's going to move in
Single.
on the mother, played by Shelley Winters. Shelley Winters, I mean, you know, I think people underestimate her. She really had a way of just playing pathetic people. I mean, I watched Odds Against Tomorrow, where she was the girlfriend of Robert Ryan, a tortured racist. I watched Lolita. You know, she's kind of pathetic in that movie as well. She's just really good at playing pathetic characters. But anyway, she's the mother in this movie.
Didn't she? I'm sorry. Didn't she show up as Roseanne's grandmother in an episode of Roseanne?
You're asking me? You're the TV authority, and you're asking
I'm not
me.
asking as much as I'm just showing off. That's all. Sorry.
Okay. So anyway, yeah. So Robert Mitchum shows up. He's doing his preacher act. The kids are a little leery of him, but there's this busybody who's the employer of Shelley Winters, who's pushing poor Shelley Winters into the arms of this con artist killer. And then so most of the movie is just these kids being pressured by this terrifying individual. And then, it's, yeah, the whole movie is basically you're living in terror for these kids because eventually, I'm not going to give away some of the spoilers,
And then Santa appears with
but
a
the
bag of
kids,
toy.
I'm getting there. So basically, yeah, the movie is these poor kids and the young girl, I don't know, I guess she's about 5 or 6, very young. And it's just like your heart is just like beating every time they're in some terrifying situation. Um, and then unfortunately, things turn out. They run from home. They go drifting down the river in a boat just to get away from this nightmare monster. And eventually, they end up at I guess it's almost like this woman is taken in, adopted these young girls, and they see that she sort of takes them under the wing, and she later has to defend them against Robert Mitchum, who is subdued in the end. But guess what? So it ends after all this terror, and it is terror. It's relentless.
Mm-hmm.
After all this terror, they end up with this nice woman, and then it's Christmas Day, and they get they, they get some presents in the end. So it is a Christmas movie. Like I said, a little unorthodox, but it gets there. And and I've seen this movie before, and for whatever reason, I found it very touching at the end, and I'm welling up. I'm like, what the heck? What's going on here?
You?
Yeah, no, yeah, the man with the heart of stone.
Boy, you're
Yeah,
getting soft, Mike. What is
yeah, I was getting
happening?
moved. It's very moving at the end. So you are warned.
Wow.
But that wasn't the only moment this week. Did you watch the Willie Nelson 90th birthday celebration?
No.
You missed
Um,
that?
what was that? I totally missed that.
It was on Sunday night. I guess they did a show from the Hollywood Bowl earlier in the year, and they had a lot of guests, and they're doing all the Willie Nelson songs, and
What
then
channel
Willie
was it on? What was it
it was
on?
on Channel 2. You got
Well, that was,
Paramount.
oh,
What's that?
Channel 2. What does that mean?
CBS. I mean, CBS hasn't changed its number in all these years.
Not around the whole world.
Yeah, it has. Channel 2. They've got
It's Channel
dibs on
6
Channel
down
2.
here.
I mean, I've never been anywhere where CBS was on Channel 12,
It was
right?
Channel 6 where I grew up. I think it was 8 in Mississippi.
Really? Okay. I
Yeah.
stand corrected. Anyway, it was on
Thank you.
CBS. You can probably find it on Paramount if you have Paramount.
Who was the biggest buddy of mine saw him a couple months ago and he said he was incredible.
Yeah, no, he's always
Son
incredible.
plays with him. He said he was just shredding. Who was the biggest who was there? Who was some of the big stars?
Yeah, the biggest surprise for me, Beck was there, and he kind of pulled it off. He did a song from Redheaded Stranger,
Mm-hmm.
Hands on the Wheel,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh, okay, never thought Beck could pull off a country song, so I was
That
quite,
surprised me.
yeah, it was pretty nice, and I'm like, okay, now it's time for him to do a country album. I don't think he's done one of those. That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They had Gary Clark Jr. was on there, who I like, a blues guy. But he did a Stevie Ray Vaughan song for some reason. Didn't quite understand that move.
Got the wrong memo, Gary.
Yeah, he did.
Gary, check your emails.
Yeah, I mean the guy's from Texas also, but I mean, come on. Actually,
missed
Willie
that.
Nelson's son. I didn't write down his first name. Willie Nelson's son sang a song, and my God, he sounds just like Willie Nelson. I mean, it was scary. It's wild,
Hey, my egg foo young. I'm
but it was
gonna
natural.
eat
It wasn't.
my egg foo what? Willie could do egg foo what? Gonna eat my egg foo young. Gonna pay $30 for my soup. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Not bad. I'm just
But but
disappointing you left and right.
but what really got me was that he Roseanne Cash came out and she sang the song.
Oh, is that
Uh,
with Chris Christopherson?
yeah, you
Okay, I
saw.
saw that.
That was
I didn't make the connection that was that Willie's thing. It just popped up randomly.
tough, wasn't it?
That was good.
But it was tough
Oh, you
to
have
see.
turned into a blubbering mess over the last week, young
That's
Michael.
what I'm saying. I mean,
Wow.
I knew Chris Christopherson was having health issues, but when he came out, it was a little shocking to me. I mean, he didn't look good. He had that faraway look in his eyes. I mean, I'm afraid his journey into the night will be ending soon.
What do you think people say when they look at us on the?
Well, they're
Uh,
saying one of these guys is well on the path into the night.
they
The other
that both of them
guy,
have that faraway look in their eyes.
the other guy, the other guy seems a little more. He may go for a few more years, but no, it was a bit of a shocker.
Hmm.
Uh,
I mean,
and
he's
then
what, 85?
Roseanne Cash didn't help things. She breaks down at the end of the song,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh God, yeah, that's when I lost it. I was like, geez.
I mean,
But
he's got to be 85 or something, right?
I'm glad he was part of it, and maybe the last time we see him, publicly, because he's not touring or anything.
Mhm.
Um, but it was sad, and I always liked Willie Nelson's version of his song, "Help Me Make It Through the Night." Did you ever
Mhm.
hear that version?
Yep.
Really good. But
He's a super Chris Christopherson he's a super interesting cat. I feel like I speak for myself. I don't know enough about, but every time I hear him, he's just so interesting. His life is interesting, his
yeah,
music,
yeah,
and then I forget about him. Like
mhm,
a year or two ago, I made a list of things I wanted to do a deep dive of.
mhm.
The Paris Review, some other bullshit that I never got around to, and Chris Christopherson. I still haven't done it, but I mean, Rhodes Scholar, flying helicopters, disowned by his family,
Mhm.
uh, sweeping up janitor in Nashville.
Yeah,
Super interesting cat.
yeah.
And then I'll forget about him the second.
No, I've gotten his music, um, and I guess you know, I guess yeah. I mean, his voice is a bit of a obstacle for me, and then when you hear his songs performed by other people, it just seems like he's more of a songwriter than a performer. But
Yeah, I agree.
I know people who love him as a performer. I think Tom Sharpling went to see him, and he said he was blown away. So, I'm not saying he's not a good performer. That people don't like his music when he does it himself.
Well, people always said that about Dylan. They should just write songs. So,
Yeah, and I understand that. I mean, there's a Spotify playlist. Somebody's just putting up Dylan covers, and that's a great playlist. I mean, it's kind of, you appreciate when you don't have that voice as an obstacle to the songs.
yeah. Yeah,
But
that playlist must be a mile long.
oh yeah, no, it's yeah. I mean, I don't know, it's long. It's very long, but it's really good. I think it's some German guy doing it. I don't have the name, but maybe you can look that up. Anyway, so yeah, that was but I recommend that Willie Nelson birthday celebration.
Boy, with that and the Robert Mitchum, you must be all cried out, buddy. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, it was
I don't know if I can handle an emotional Mike Lisk. I mean, you're the Rock.
I
You're
think I'm
the
reaching that age. You see like older guys where, yeah, they've
yeah.
been stone faced their whole lives, and then all of a
They
sudden
just
they get
start crying.
a little emotional.
I'm like that. Like I cry at everything now. Yeah,
Mhm.
puppy dog,
Yeah.
little kid confronts a bully, whatever.
Mhm.
I cry at least twice a day. I'm lying, probably 6 times a day. But it's a good cry.
Mhm.
It is getting more and more as I get older. The older I
Mhm.
get, the more sensitive I am.
Yeah, I think
I'm
that's the natural course of things.
Now I'm not going from 0 to 60 like you.
Uh,
I've had a
no, I just
gradual.
had two incidents this week that stuck out, and I thought I'd share them with the audience.
Well, who was it at some point this year pointed out the brilliance in living life, laugh a little each day, cry a little each day? Who taught me
Oh,
that?
right, yeah, yeah.
Who taught me that?
Jimmy V.
That's right.
Mhm.
I was hoping you'd say that you did, so I could say "fuck you," Jimmy V did. Laugh every day, cry every day, and there's a third one I can't fucking remember.
Learn something, maybe, or something. Was it learn something, or
Are you being ironic? Are you trying to stick it to me?
I'm trying to remember. I
Are
can't
you sticking
remember.
it to me?
I can't remember three things.
That sounds right. Learn something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time I'm done laughing and crying, how much more
Mhm.
can I
Yeah.
in the day? That's my day.
Well, since it is the Christmas season, are there any fond Christmas memories you'd like to share? I thought maybe you'd have some poignant or funny or sad. Yeah, I mean, the full range. Any Christmases
Uh,
stand out?
well, the last Christmas I got gifts from Santa Claus. Was a band of Christmas. It was a hairbrush and some English leather cologne. So the last word I got from Santa was
I think
you stink and brush your fucking hair.
I was just gonna say, sounds like Santa's trying to drop a few hints. It could have been
Well,
worse. You could have got some new underwear
I'm sure I got that.
or
But
socks.
we did have a grandmother who would send us pajamas every year, like
Uh-huh.
which we never. I guess she thought we were wearing out these pajamas over the course. I don't know what she thought we were doing. I don't know. I always had nice Christmases.
Mhm.
I don't remember one ever being a disaster, or
Mhm.
they were always just kind of. To be honest, they were probably boring because I wanted to be with my friends and where I
You
live.
don't want to be home. I mean, the presents didn't hold the
Well, I
spell.
just told you what my presents were. I mean,
Well, I mean that sounds like when you were older. I don't think you got that when you were 6.
yeah, but even by then, I mean, I was the second out of four.
Mm-hmm.
I was a middle child, uh, between the oldest and then a girl. The second my sister was born, she was going to get all the Santa love,
Uh-huh.
and then we had my little brother many years later. So of course, all the Santa love was going to go to him.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Even when, yeah, I don't remember. Like nowadays, you see these kids, they get 9,000 toys every year.
Uh-huh.
I never,
Didn't get a
my brother had a
bicycle one
10 speed.
year, or I
No,
mean
I never.
some of the I remember, you know, this is a small house, so it was hard to hide the presents from us as we got older. Once we
Mhm.
realized what the whole thing was about, you know,
Mhm.
once we realized there was nobody coming down a chimney that we didn't have.
Whoa,
Uh,
whoa, whoa. My kids are listening.
so then, the big thing was try to find out in advance what's in store for us. We couldn't wait. And so my mother was just struggling to find ways to hide these presents.
Mhm.
One year she really went a little too extreme. We have a half bathroom downstairs, and she locked that door. They were in there, so we knew where they were.
I mean,
And
come on.
she just put them under lock and key. And of
Mm.
course, the locks on these doors were not sophisticated. All we needed was a bobby pin, literally, to open the door, and there they were. And I think it was that year that we were very excited about getting some sort of it was a shooting range type game
Oh,
where it was kind of sophisticated for its time. It was a light beam would come out of the rifle that you used, and if the light beam was struck the thing where all the cans were set up, the can would pop up in the air. You know, it was kind of
You invented laser tag, is what you're saying.
no, I don't even know the name of this toy or who made it, but we were quite excited to get it. That we broke it out before Christmas, and we were we were using it in the we have like a little utility room where the water heater is. We set it up in there, and we're playing with it before Christmas Day. Um,
That's why you can't let Santa know you already got the toys.
and the thing was, yeah, it made a lot of noise, but my mother did not hear it, and we would sneak it back into the locked half bathroom.
Shame on you, young Michael.
So imagine
Shame.
seven people down to using one bathroom. It was she didn't do that again. She did it one time, and that was that. I don't know if you saw the story about some TikToker, as usual, got fired from her job. Uh, of course, she doesn't tell you why she got fired. Apparently, she was a little overzealous at the Christmas party.
Oh,
Would you like to share any Christmas party, any memories of Christmas parties gone astray? Were you at the Westlaw?
I was gonna say, I don't think I ever got invited to a West Group Christmas party.
West Group, yeah, that's what I meant.
How could y'all have one without the mayor?
I I thought
Uh,
you would have at least snuck into one or two of them.
I can't believe I didn't.
But
Gee, I'm really coming off as super boring here, but I think I've always kept it together during the office Christmas parties.
mhm. I think West Group, we had a Christmas party where I don't know if there was a specific incident or I've forgotten it, but I think it was deemed that we were a little over the top in our celebration, and that we were punished the next year. We had a Christmas party in the cafeteria, and of
Oh,
course, no booze for that Christmas party. Yeah,
fucking
I think we were punished. I'd have to confirm with Will, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. One year at another company, this is a big corporate company, corporate publisher, one of the biggest in the world. They told us that we don't have enough money for a Christmas party this year.
yikes.
So we're having we had a potluck Christmas.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
we don't
just
have enough
like,
money for a party, so you guys fucking pay for it.
exactly. I mean, it was like really galling. And so my little protest was that guess what I brought to the potluck Christmas party, and we had it in a conference room. We didn't even have it in the cafeteria with like some cookies at
Was
least,
it a,
a spread.
was it a dug up body from the cemetery?
No, I brought a 6-pack.
Oh. Ooh.
And I sat there and drank my 6-pack. I didn't say we couldn't bring in alcohol.
Should have rolled up in there with a keg.
I should have.
You would have been a hero.
I would have been a hero. But
Yeah, well, I've always kept the I know myself, so I've always kept a lid on the shenanigans, I
mhm.
guess. I have enough shenanigans on a daily basis.
When I was working in Hoboken, they decided that they were going to throw the party in New York, which is, yeah, you just take the PATH train over. It was at the Cowgirl Hall of Fame. You ever go there?
Hmm.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, nice place. Um, Unfortunately, one of my coworkers who, we used to go out in a group and, after work drinks and so on. And he was just a bad drinker. He would just,
This West Group?
no, this was Wiley. And he was just a bad drinker, and he would start mixing things. I've never, when you see somebody mixing the drinks, drinking beer and then wine and
Mhm.
mixed drinks, it's just a recipe for disaster. So I'd seen him in action before, uh, but at this Christmas party, he just went out of control, and literally, and here's the kicker. This guy is 6'3", 300 pounds,
Hmm.
and
Sounds nice.
he's stumbling, and now we have to get him back to Hoboken.
Hmm.
And how do we do that? So I volunteered to try and help. I didn't know what
Hero,
I was getting my
selfless. Mike Lisk, selfless hero.
I had no idea how bad things were going to get. And I had another guy help me to the Christopher Street subway path station. And then he went, I think that the plan was we were going to get him back to Hoboken, and then somebody was going to drive him from Hoboken. So yeah, so the guy who helped me get him to the sub path station, he went on ahead. So now it's just me and my coworker. And then he sat down on the steps of the Christopher Street path station and could not be moved. So there I am,
Christmas miracle.
keeping watch, just seeing what I can do. He did not rally, and eventually, I stayed there with him a while.
He's dead.
Uh,
He
no, no,
died
no,
in your arms.
no, no, no. Fortunately, not. But it became quite apparent that we needed help, and that he needed to get to a hospital. So somebody did call an ambulance. I went with him to the hospital. Um,
Where he died in your arms.
no, no, he basically needed some time, and so we spent the night there. So it was a long Christmas celebration for me. And then I ended up leaving my bag at the hospital, and I'm freaking out the next morning. I have to make this trip to the hospital to see if they have my bag. It's like it
Once
was
you're
a whole.
there, you have to pop in to see how he's doing.
No, I think he was released by then.
Okay.
But yeah,
Miracle, you got your bag back.
that Christmas celebration stands out.
Yeah, I've never had the same thing. I do the same thing every year for
Hmm.
Christmas. I get excited. It's December. It's December. I'm gonna wrap myself up in Christmas this year,
Hmm.
and then all of a sudden it's the 20th, and I feel like I don't even feel like it's Christmas yet.
Yeah.
It's 48 degrees or something.
Hmm.
I mean, I've watched a couple of my Christmas episodes, but
Uh,
I don't know. And then I get bummed about that. Then Christmas actually happens, and then I get bummed because Christmas is over. So then I get depressed about that
uh-huh.
instead of just, instead of just enjoying myself. But
Do you see yourself in the future becoming a person who hates Christmas?
no, no,
No, okay.
no,
Because
I
they're
love
out
Christmas.
there. They're out there. I saw
No, no, no.
I saw
I
an
love it so
article.
much. I love the season so much. I get frustrated. I don't realize it more. Like I'm not present, you know.
Uh-huh.
By the time yeah, it's already basically the 21st.
Yeah. No, it came fast. Yeah, it just seems to just all of a sudden it's upon you.
I mean, it'll
Um,
be different. I'm going down to Richmond tomorrow, so I'll be with like my goddaughter and her family. And so
mhm.
I think once you're surrounded by kids, it's different.
Well,
You
that's
know,
it. My niece and nephew are both in college now.
yeah.
So that part of it is basically disappearing.
So
This
yeah, tomorrow at this time or almost this time, I'll be at a house that's overly decorated for Christmas
mhm.
and filled with three kids. So that'll make me feel Christmassy. So I'm already cheered up, Mike.
Wait a
Thank you.
second. You're not. Is this is too discreet for you? My decoration behind me.
If we're calling that Christmas decorations,
Doesn't
I
get
mean,
more
hey, that's
Chris.
more than I
It's
got.
Santa Claus. It's Santa
What's it
Claus.
made of?
What's that?
What's it made of?
It's made of plywood.
How old
We
were you?
we
They let
yeah. I
you
mean, it's like 11, 12.
as a
Cub Scouts. Cub
third grader
Scouts.
Cub Scout wrestle with plywood.
Yeah. Well, we did this the
That's
outline
back in
of
the
the
'70s when plywood was plywood.
we did the outline of the figure, and then we cut it out, and then we painted it. Yeah, it was a whole production.
His eyes look like something creepy is happening behind them. I don't want to say what it
I
may
was
be.
11 years old. Whatever. It's like
I
I
don't.
wasn't I wasn't Picasso. But back to the people who hate, there was a list of people
No,
who
no,
hate.
no. It's well done. I'm just saying it's. I don't know why you chose to have the eyeballs look behind you, as if someone's pulling on Santa's pants or something, or his cape. Well, Santa doesn't have a cape. Yeah,
He's
see the way
looking.
his eyes are?
Yeah, he's looking behind him. You never know who's going to pop out, and
I think you were trying to send a signal, Mike.
somebody was going to steal his Christmas tree. He's got to be. He's got to be on guard. People want to.
What are those? Are those sneakers? What's he wearing? What are those soles? Is that gold?
Yeah, the shoes aren't very articulate. I mean, it's just kind of, it's black, sort of a black mass and some yellow. I don't. Maybe he stepped in some yellow snow. I mean, you see, I was limited to certain colors. I didn't have a very large color palette,
I mean, if
but
you are following nine reindeer, there
I've
may
got
be a lot of
I've
urine,
got red, white,
yellow.
blue, green, and yellow.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
it's more than I got. I'm trying to think of a gift I gave a girlfriend for Christmas,
Oh,
and I can't think of one,
miscalculation.
which may answer some questions why I haven't had one for a while. I wouldn't have not given a
Hmm.
Christmas gift. Back in the as a young man, there was some romance in me. I wouldn't have not given a Christmas gift. I just
I
can't think
mean,
of.
is this on the same level as the mixtape, or?
Oh, not that high. Not that. Oh, you want to know something funny?
Hmm.
Uh, the girl to whom I gave that mixtape to a
Hmm.
couple weeks ago, guess who texted?
Nice. Did you hear that
That's it.
episode?
Nice. That's all.
No, it's I don't know what's happening. What did she just say? Hi, or did she say she heard that episode and she was touched?
A little of this, little of that.
You gonna have a meeting, a meetup?
Let's call it a meetup.
Okay.
I think
Good for you.
Oh, she
Uh,
just no.
oh, she's long gone, right? Yeah, I forgot.
No. She texted out of the blue.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It had been a couple of years.
Yeah.
I think it was just a random. Oh, let's see what Greg's up to. So,
Oh, okay.
uh,
Well,
but I, but I am not too many texts away. I'm sure from bringing up that mixtape. So don't worry about it. She's been married for like 10 or 12 years or something now.
okay.
So
How many kids?
none.
Oh, okay.
I think she has stepchildren.
Hmm. Okay.
She's the evil stepmother in this
Oh, all
scenario.
right. Well, somebody has to be.
I don't know, but yeah, I'll bring up that mixtape
Hmm.
and I'll tell you what she says about it
Uh-huh.
next.
Did you at
Next.
least promote the podcast?
No, Mike, I did not bring
Okay.
it up. Sorry.
Wait a second. We got to get the word out. This could be a whole new.
Yeah, this one
Uh,
person could have been what makes all
well,
the
she
difference.
could be the catalyst for her friends. She may have many friends. Maybe she's in a book club. She goes to the book club.
Hey,
Hey.
you're not wrong.
So anyway, I saw this article. People who hate Christmas. I'll throw out a few names. See what you think. Lady Gaga.
She
That's
hates
not.
Christmas?
Yeah, well, apparently it reminds her when she's not in a relationship of she gets a little lonely, and I guess that's a common thing with people around Christmas.
I'm not going to call that hating Christmas, though.
Okay, all right.
I can
Miley,
understand people get depressed and lonely
mhm.
around Christmas.
Miley Cyrus.
She hates Christmas? What, is it just all 30-year-old singers who hate Christmas?
I think
Why
she
does she
hate.
hate
I
Christmas?
think she hates the consumerism. Some of these people don't like the.
Does she?
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus hates the consumerism.
Uh-huh. And I
Okay.
think I'm not familiar
What
with it.
list? What are you reading this from? Teen Beat?
Online
17 magazine?
articles. It's grist for the mill, Greg. I have to bring in some stuff to throw up and see what happens when I throw the.
So far, I'm stymied by these two names on this list.
There's a lot of other musicians who are against Christmas. Ozzy Osbourne, Rod Stewart, Noel Gallagher, no surprise there. Marilyn Manson, of course not.
He has to.
And
The
then
devil.
our boy Larry David. His
Well, yeah, but
anti-Christmas.
that's his brand too. Well, number one, he's Jewish.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So let's be fair. He doesn't have to like Christmas.
Yeah,
And that's kind of his branding. Yeah, how about that show's ending this year? Did you hear about that? He's shutting
I
it
did.
down.
Yeah,
Bunch
I
of
did.
years.
Yeah. He says he wants to try and be a normal human being or something. I don't know. I didn't know if he was being funny or serious there. Did you see that line?
I think he's being funny, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean that show, now it's not like the old days where you'd have 26 episodes a year, but that show literally spanned 4 different decades. How crazy is that?
Hmm.
With the
Yeah.
movie came out in 99. That's insane.
Hmm.
I don't like that list. How are you Miley Cyrus and you don't love Christmas?
And she apparently she's got some sort of Christmas song too. So I mean, it's not like she
Like
hasn't taken
look
advantage of
what
that.
world you were born into. You were
Hmm.
born into a world in which Dolly Parton is your godmother.
Yeah.
Uh, you should love everything,
Uh-huh.
much less Christmas.
I forgot to mention another. I did see. I think it may be the only good movie I liked this year. The Holdovers. Have you heard of this movie?
Mm-mm.
Alexander Payne. He's made some great movies. Um,
I've,
the
I, I
whole
watched I watched The Crown. Did you watch The Crown?
no, that the TV series.
Yeah.
No, I don't like the royal family stuff. It bores me.
How about old soft emotional Mike? Is he gonna start to like him?
Like who?
The
The royal
royal family.
family? No,
Seems like something old people like.
they're repulsive to me.
Oh,
Why?
well,
Why? We went through this before. I mean,
repulsive is a strong word, Mike.
it's 2023, and we've got these figureheads. I mean, and they're millionaires. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean,
Well,
they yeah, I get it. Well, it's a tradition. Yes, I understand, but we got to let it go at some point, right? I mean,
the good news for you is the season was a total waste of time. It could have been done in 90 seconds.
not really.
And Queen Elizabeth is dead. So
Yeah. Okay.
I guess it makes you feel good.
No, it doesn't make me feel good. But the holdovers.
Who's in that?
Uh,
Is it the Paul Giamatti one?
yeah,
Okay.
really good movie.
He's a teacher and his
Yeah,
some kid
he's a
stay over.
professor. Yeah, he's a teacher at this I guess a private school, and most of the students go home for the break, Christmas break, but some kids can't, and so it's sort of a punishment for the teacher to have to stay and babysit these kids. No, it's a good movie.
A great premise.
Yeah, yeah, it is, and I watch these movies, and I'm not. Most of these movies, there's like no recognizable human behavior in them. I mean, I saw people talk about. People were talking about Beau is Afraid. This guy Ari Aster. He does like I guess modern horror movies. This thing was like over 3 hours. I did watch it. I sat there and let it go in
The
front of
movie is
me.
3 hours?
It's over 3 hours. Yeah,
My God.
yeah. Beau is Afraid. Joaquin Phoenix is
Oh,
like
wait. This is a different movie, not The Holdovers.
no,
Oh,
yeah,
Bo is
a
afraid.
terrible movie. I mean, some people like it. Some people I think just like movies that throw up crazy shit that they've never seen before, and that excites them. They're into the visuals, things
Yeah,
they've never seen, and it's like,
I'm the opposite.
yeah, I need a little more than that.
I'm the opposite. Yeah, I don't need any of that. Well, what's your favorite Christmas movies?
Well, I just offered two: The Night of the Hunter.
Well, I mean, real Christmas movies, like Christmas
No, my
Vacation.
my favorite, the Christmas tradition I mentioned last week. We've got the SCTV Christmas episodes, and we would throw that on, have a few laughs, and that was it. I mean, when I go over to, I'm going over to my brother's. We've been doing that for years now because then, I had the young niece and nephew.
Mhm.
But it's going to be different this year. I mean, my father passed away. My niece and nephew are in college now, so I'm just gonna I'm basically going there to give them their cash gift.
Oh, them too?
Yeah. Yeah, the money's going out for Christmas.
Can I say
But
something? Can I have a hot take on
yeah,
a
there
Christmas
you go.
movie? I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you? Or
No, no, no.
I have to say this.
Hmm.
I like the movie Christmas Vacation.
Hmm.
It's become part of the Christmas canon.
Yeah.
Great. But dudes are starting to ruin it for me. Like they made Austin Powers unwatchable. If I hear one more dude do some Todd and Margot line, whatever it is, I'm punching everybody and moving. People love quoting this movie and they're ruining it for me.
Christmas Vacation?
Yeah.
Oh.
They love, I forget the line now. It's something about the light coming in, the neighbors, Margot and Todd or whatever. They're
Hmm.
making me hate this movie by doing this voice and throwing it out there. So I'm begging people, when I come to your house for Christmas, uh, don't quote Vacation.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
I
I
think
love the
I've
movie.
seen it. I think I saw it a
You're
while
making
ago.
me great. I love the movie. An incredible early Elaine Bennis. Uh, but they're making me hate it, and I'm
Hmm.
asking people not to.
Yeah.
What's another great Christmas movie? All I can think
Well,
of is Christmas Story,
yeah, yeah, you can't avoid it. I mean, doesn't was it TBS or TNT just shows it for 24 hours continuously?
which I love, but I'm the guy who hates Christmas movies.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
It's too
You
much,
know what
right?
is surprising? I realized last night, and nobody's getting an apology from me at all. You know what show has a surprising paucity of Christmas episodes? Take a guess. What show, what sitcom from the 80s would you be a little surprised? Didn't have a like real big bang up of a Christmas episode every
Cheers.
season.
Cheers.
I mean, could you take a second and pretend to think about it? No, The Cosby Show.
Oh, the Cosby Show. Okay.
Just in reading the list of
Hmm.
episodes, and maybe I've read them, it looks like there's only one real Christmas episode,
Really?
which
Okay.
wouldn't you have guessed the opposite?
I think I've watched about one episode of the Cosbys, so I do not have any strong opinions about the Cosby Show.
Uh,
They were
but
the
you
80s.
understand
They were the 80s or the 90s.
80s, 84 to 92. But you understand it was the number one show
No,
and was,
yeah, of
you know, it was
course, of
all
course.
family,
No, I
family,
remember
family.
it. I was a
So
big
why
fan of
wouldn't
Bill
they have
Cosby when I
a
was a kid, you
right?
know?
And it was a family show, so
Yeah.
you'd think it would have been more Christmassy. But
Yeah. Okay.
so I watched a couple episodes last night.
Hmm.
I know he's canceled. I get it, but that
Hmm.
show is still the first season of that show. I'm sorry, I know you haven't watched it. I'd put up against any season of any show ever.
Hmm. Did
Period.
he have the sweaters from the beginning?
Yes,
Oh, okay. That's the one thing I know about the show.
that's all you need.
His
You're good.
sweaters.
You're fine. You're good.
The
You're covered.
the sweaters.
But every episode of that first season is just home run,
Where's
home
it streaming now?
run. I think Netflix or Amazon.
Oh, really?
Either Netflix or Amazon, one of the big ones.
Hmm.
If you want me to look it up right now, I will.
Uh-huh. No, that's not necessary.
Well, I'm already
I think
typing.
people could find it on their own.
I mean,
I can find it on my own.
I'm already down. Amazon.
Okay. Yeah, and if people are looking for the holdovers, uh, I don't know that it's streaming anywhere. I saw it on the Hot Stick.
The hot
So
stick.
people get the Fire Stick and they hijack it, so you can get some sort of Korean
Oh,
station that's got all these bootlegs.
we're flirting. We're flirting with the law, are we? Interesting.
Yeah. Well, this
So
was.
new Mike
Mhm.
cries all the time, and the law be damned. 2024 is going to be a hell of a ride, bro.
Well, I don't have access to the DVD bootleggers that I saw regularly in Bayonne. I'm thinking of starting a DVD bootlegging operation down here
Oh,
because
ease off the screen while you do your
because
first promotion.
I think I could do a booming business. I mean, these bootleggers would come into Bayonne. there was enough. They'd hit all the bars, um, and maybe they'd hit some restaurants. Somebody told me that one of the guys. I mean, this was remarkable to me, but maybe only in Bayonne. That he was at a doctor's office,
The guy came in
and
with DVDs.
and the guy came in with the DVDs. I'm like, wow. But
Hey,
when you think about it,
people
there's
are sitting there literally waiting.
people are sitting there waiting there for hours. I've been there myself.
Yeah, you
And
got
I'm
nothing.
like, yeah, let me see what you got there. You got any new movies? That's what everybody says. You got any new ones? Because you'd see them so regularly that you're looking through the same friggin' movies every week. And they put a handful of the new movies right on top, so you didn't have to go through. They'd come in with stacks like this. It's like
Oh,
stacks of
sure. I'm
movies.
saying I remember I saw those back in
Were
my
they in
day.
Brooklyn? Did they
Oh,
must have
sure, yeah,
Brooklyn?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Not all the time, but I've seen
yeah.
I saw it. I didn't have any regulars like you.
Uh-huh.
It was either that or candy.
Uh-huh.
Some kid was always selling candy.
Yeah, well, yeah, the candy kids are on the subways all the time. But yeah, so and then of course you had I told this story before where
The tour bus?
listen to this I don't know if you heard this one. I just got the job. I was out of work for a while, and I finally got a job, and I was very grateful. And I was at not one of the bars I worked at, another bar in Bayonne, R&B's. I knew some of the people down there. So I'm sitting there, and this guy came in. He starts giving me this hard luck story about how he's separated from his wife. They're getting divorced. He can't see his kids. A real sad, down on his luck story. And I'm just taking it all in. And next thing you know, he's asking for a few bucks.
Mhm. And
So
you're bartending?
no, no, no. I was a customer.
A
And
citizen. Citizen.
yeah, I was a
Joke to
citizen.
public.
So he gives me this story. I'm feeling bad for him. I just got a job, so I'm feeling grateful. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to throw this guy 20 bucks.
Too nice, Mike. Too
Yeah.
nice.
Well,
Is he still with you today?
no, no, no. But listen to what happened. So then we're still sitting there for a little bit. Next thing you know, the DVD bootlegger comes in. What does he do? He's using the money I just gave him to buy
Uh,
porno DVDs.
well, to be fair,
I'm like,
you are sitting in a bar.
no, it's on me. It's on me. It's on me.
That was back when getting access to porn was still a thing. In his defense.
No, this is several years ago. The internet was up and running. This was not pre-internet.
Did he
So
take it and run home, or did he keep drinking like he had a ton of money with him?
not only did he keep drinking, I got up to use the bathroom, and I had money on the bar. He tried to steal the money that I had left on the bar.
Can I
But
be honest? I'm starting to like this guy. I like this guy. Chutzpah.
but he got caught by the bartender who pounced on this guy. And not only did he pounce on him there, I don't know if this guy had a record of doing this or whatever, but then the bartender ran into him later on down the road at another bar and literally like made a spectacle of this guy, saying that he steals from money on the bar, telling everybody, don't leave your money on the bar around this guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good. It's always a good lesson, Mike.
Yeah, it was a good lesson.
I mean, not for today since nobody has cash on the bar anymore, but
Yeah, no,
what was the porn DVD?
I don't know. I did not get the title.
Mm.
I did not get the title.
That's negligent on your part.
Ah,
Make one up next time you tell the story.
okay.
You can say something like, it was anal encounters 4, and you ask the guy, well, wait, Have you seen the first three?
Yeah, yeah, that's always a good one.
Work that in the next episode. Work that story.
Moo Goo Gai Pan.
Yowza.
I'm
This was
surprised.
so bad. This was so shitty. I had to make a joke out of like, why is it called? Why does it have moo? Is it ironic? It has moo in it since, as we've learned, there's not any dairy in Chinese food,
Uh-huh.
but it makes a cow sound. So that's how depressing and shitty this meal was.
And
I
it's
had to
got
come up.
chicken in it. It's not a beef dish.
Oh shit! I didn't send you a picture. I got a picture. I'll send it to you.
Oh, okay.
Take a picture of mine.
This was recommended to us by one
I
of our
swear we've had this before.
No, we had mushu. We had mushu pork. And I kept
What's the difference?
I was goofing on mushu. I mean,
I was scooping on Mushu.
I kept, do you mushu? Remember that?
Do you Mushu?
Do
I
you
Mushu.
mushu?
That's right.
Yeah. But this one, I thought we'd remember Moo Goo Gai Pan played a big part in a famous the Bob Newhart show episode, Thanksgiving.
You were wrong. You said Christmas.
Yeah, yeah,
Threw me off, and I was looking for it. And I realized it's the Thanksgiving episode.
yeah.
Great episode. Did you watch it?
I
Did you look
looked
it
at
up?
the clip. Yeah, I looked at the
Oh,
clip.
you looked at the clip. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
And
I
I've
watched
seen
the
it.
I watched the episode again, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Good for you.
saw
Good
the
for you.
clip. You saw a clip. While you were cutting checks, you get a pass.
Yeah.
You can always use that to get out when I get upset about something. Whoa, whoa, Greg, I was busy up cutting the checks.
Yeah.
No time for this shit.
So in the TV episode, Bob is bombed, and the other guys, his cronies. Give me the other
Jerry,
Howard and Jerry and
Mr. Carlin.
Yeah, Carlin. They're all bombed. Yeah, I mean, what happened? They came from a Thanksgiving.
Well, what's her name? Oh shit, her name just left my skull. His wife.
Susan Plachette.
Yeah, Emily.
Emily.
She was out of town, so the boys showed up. They were gonna watch football,
Mm-hmm.
and if I remember right, they come at like 9:30 in the morning. And Jerry, he kept talking about William and Mary to the point that I looked it up. Did Peter Boners, pause for laughter, yes, that's his real name, Boners with a Z, have your laughs, America. Are you done?
Uh-huh.
You grown up? I was like, did he go to William and Mary? He said, no.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I got to watch this William and Mary game, big William and Mary game. I'm like, what? Why is William and Mary? And he has the big sweater. And I think they started their rambunctiousness at 9:30 in the morning. So
okay.
they were.
Well, yeah.
And then Emily came back, of course.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I need a drink. So.
But during the
Great
show,
episode.
they decide to order Chinese food, and
Yeah.
and comic gold ensues, and one of the main dishes, and I guess it is a funny name, Moo Goo Gai Pan.
Moo Goo Gai Pan.
They start calling it Moo Goo Goo Goo. When I ordered, I almost said Moo Goo Goo Goo.
Be great if they were like, yeah, Bob we get it, Newhart. Great. Next.
Yeah.
The episode was way better than the food.
No, yeah, this was pretty terrible.
This was a total waste of time.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess for the show they used the name because it's funny, because I don't think it was ever a popular dish. I can't imagine this ever being popular.
Well, you know what it was? It's every dish that I hate, and except, it's got a mixture of vegetables and mushrooms, and
yeah, this has the large chunks of vegetables.
right, large
Yeah.
chicken. But instead of goop, mine had what, and I'm not even joking, has the viscosity and texture flavor of human sweat.
I was just gonna say, that's what it looks
Same
like.
thing?
That
Yeah.
that is a good description.
Thank
I was
you.
gonna say the same thing.
Wow.
It is a sweaty looking dish.
Disgusting.
I mean, I don't know what that glaze is.
I did not think that at any point during this run I would say out loud to myself, gee, I miss the goop. I could really use the goop right now.
This was reminiscent of the chow mein, right? It was
Yes.
just sort of that wet You had the wet.
It's the same, except just
I had big
form
chunks of
different.
wet cabbage in there, and I'm like,
And
oh,
then so I was picking some stuff out because I couldn't dig in.
uh,
And incredibly, even the chicken, they had like removed the salt or something. Like there was no flavor, zero salt,
I think that glaze just sort of neutralizes everything.
which is deceptive because sweat is literally salt.
So
Uh,
yeah, so it's a very tasteless dish.
so it
Uh,
wasn't even, it didn't even taste as good as it looked.
yeah,
It looked disgusting.
I mean, I had big, nice white, chunks of chicken, not the weird fingers that you're always talking about. I mean, they,
Yeah, mine were well,
they were
bigger, but they're still thin.
slices. Yeah,
They're
yeah. I
super
had
thin,
thin,
but like
yeah, thin sliced
hammered out.
chicken. Yeah. But you're right.
Thank you.
I'm picking out the chicken to try and like salvage this meal. And even that was, like you said, tasteless. The big chunks of carrots, huge chunks of, I guess it was cabbage. It didn't feel like lettuce.
It's definitely
Uh,
not like, yeah.
and I
Mushrooms
had the
everywhere.
watercress. I had the pea pods, uh, carrots. Did I say carrots?
Hmm.
Just yeah, just a disaster. Um, don't do it if you're you're even tempted to try
I
this
mean,
dish.
I don't know if it's because the chow mein came first, but I feel like I was more personally offended with the chow mein the first
Mhm.
time around.
Yeah,
This, I was just like, nope, this is
yeah,
disgusting.
yeah. No, I mean, I think I saw one little picture of it before. Did you at least say no mushrooms? I forgot to mention is tons of mushroom. So you had all the mushrooms in yours?
And all the mushrooms, yeah.
Oh, well, I warned you.
Well, you get upset when I'm picky, so you know.
I I thought
I
you
mean,
could
it
have.
didn't matter. The thing was so gross. I couldn't eat the
You're
chicken.
right. You're
You know what
right.
I mean?
But my mushroom had a weird aftertaste to it. I mean, I like mushrooms, but
Ugh.
the the mushrooms in this was not that satisfying. I mean, I try, I was planning on being disappointed. I didn't eat the whole dish. I tried to back it up with some hot and sour soup, which wasn't that great either. But then I did get some boneless barbecue spare ribs or whatever it is.
Is this going to be our first 0000? Right?
Yeah,
This
you're
is
sort
just
of talking me in.
authentically horrible.
You're talking me into it because I was starting at like a 3 because for the chicken. Like I said, I picked
But
out the
even the chicken
chicken.
sucked. Even if
Yeah,
you take the chicken out, the chicken would suck.
yeah.
Like you're
No,
only doing a
you're making the
disservice.
argument. You're convincing
Thank you.
me.
You're only
You're
doing a
convincing me.
disservice by not putting this thing out of
Yeah.
put this thing out of its own misery.
No, you're
If you give it a high score, you're an
yeah.
influencer. It'll
Yeah.
keep it up there. We got to bury this thing, Mike.
I'm an
Moo
influencer.
Goo Gai Pan 0
Yeah.
off the menu. Bye bye.
And I didn't even look up to see what that means. Maybe somebody can tell us in the comments.
Put in the comments. I know. Great. For all
what
I know, it's
what
something
the, you know
incredibly beautiful.
they give us this sort of the name doesn't give you a clue, right? I mean, so you're
The
going in
name's
blind.
probably the name of an orphanage. The guy who invented the dish saved 80 kids from a fire, and I'm
Uh-huh.
just sitting here shitting on it. But you know what? I stand by it. I'm glad
Uh-huh.
you saved the kids, if that's the case.
it
But you totally negated all that by
oh
inventing this garbage.
it was bad. And I had to
It's
go
zero,
to it.
right? We're ending the year on a double
A double
zero.
bummer. Yeah. No,
I wonder
it's
what our first dish of the year was.
I
Now,
can't remember.
luckily, now I ate. I ordered and ate last night instead of usually I do it during the day. So I was like, oh, I'll do the smart thing and get a second meal to make it worth my while, and I'll
Uh-huh.
eat it the next day.
Oh, there you go.
So I got some egg foo young.
Uh-huh.
Long story short, last night I had a delightful, delicious dinner, egg foo young. So,
How
and
many bite?
I'd have
How
thrown
many
this shit out
bites?
the window.
Actually, when we do one of these terrible ones, we should just say how many bites. How did this was this less than the
Less than
corn
normal.
the corn and what did we do last week? The soup?
Yeah, well, gee, that's tricky too, because
Corn and
that soup
chicken?
was
Is that what it was
disgusting.
called?
The
Corn and chicken
viscosity
soup.
was so disgusting. I think I could bullshit around this more in terms
Uh-huh.
of like I could pick out some chicken,
Uh-huh.
even though it's gross. And like some of the thing where they take the green beans, but take the green beans out and leave you with the shell.
Hmm.
I'm like, how long are we gonna be duped by this shit? It's like, okay. Uh um yeah, total garbage. We are ending the year on a low note. But that's some great egg foo young.
But that's where we get our the bad meals, or at least give us some comic relief.
But yeah,
Uh,
who's ordering this shit? Who's eating
yeah,
this?
yeah. Well, we're
I
going where no
refuse
one
to
else
believe.
dares to go.
I mean, I've heard the name Moo Goo Gai Pan a
Right,
thousand times.
right.
Somebody has.
Yeah.
But like, even with this palate, like I understand I wouldn't eat it
Hmm.
because I have the palate of a 6-year-old. But even people with a cultured cosmopolitan palate, they would not eat this.
No, you're right. I
Thank you.
don't see who would be gravitating to this dish.
The more and more we go, the more I'm convinced that Chinese menus are like, you know better than anybody. They say about bartenders,
Right.
there's a million drinks, but you kind of only need to know 7.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was our theory going into this show, and I think we've been proven right for the most part. I mean, I'm still recommending the one discovery. Yeah, I mean, is there? I think it happened this year, or maybe it was last year. To me, the one discovery of this show, and I haven't reordered it since, but it was so good that I said, well, this was a discovery. It was the pork with Peking sauce. Do you vaguely remember that one? I think you had to improvise. Like your place didn't have it, but that was one of the best dishes. That was the one discovery, which
Sounds like
yeah.
something I would like. I don't know.
I mean that description doesn't tell you much, but
Yeah.
I just remember that dish was like, okay, I'm glad I found something new. This endeavor hasn't been a complete waste of time, you know. But you're right. I mean,
Thank you.
we're finding out that a lot of these things on the menu are just taking up space.
It's
that,
incredible.
that no
Uh,
one in their right mind would order it on a regular basis. So,
no,
and we're
you'd have to
doing a
be,
public service. This is a public
yeah.
service. I look at this as a public service. So we're helping
Yeah, you're,
people
you're
out.
welcome, listeners.
Yeah, anybody who would have been tempted, maybe they'd seen that Bob Newhart episode. And, hey, wait a second, that became a
Oh,
big joke on the Bob Newhart show.
don't do.
Maybe,
Oh, it's a
maybe
big joke. All right.
now the joke's on us.
Jokes
The
on
joke's
us.
on us. How much did you pay? This is becoming a regular feature of the show. Is how
You know
much?
what? I think it was a little cheap. I think it was like it's either like $11 or $12. So
uh,
it wasn't crazy, although it was totally inedible and smelled it had the texture of a used sweat sock. But I can't complain about the price. So
wait till you say you have a picture. Maybe we'll say we'll see whose dish was sweatier.
I think the picture is very generous.
Oh, is it really?
Picture looks fine.
You
Looks
can't see the shine.
I mean I'll have to look at it again.
Mine was pretty shiny. I think it's going to come across.
Yeah. I think I think and I have a terrible memory for this kind of thing, but I think my biggest surprise of the year uh would be how much I liked and like you, I haven't reordered it yet, even though I keep saying I'm still surprised at how much I liked pineapple fried rice.
Okay.
To the point that I did consider trying the pineapple pizza, but
Hmm.
uh like most things on this, I just instantly forgot it.
Yeah.
But I feel like there was something else with pineapple that we did I liked. Uh yeah, that was a nice surprise.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I remember that.
Is there something we did or you did over the last year that you're the proudest of? Not counting your toilet brush
Well,
moment of
apparently that
glory.
story is just taking off, and it's to me it's becoming boring. that it's like, yeah, everybody's got to mention it. You know,
Oh, oh,
I thought,
oh, oh, I'm sorry. Now you're like you don't want to play your greatest hits anymore.
no, but it's like,
Billy Joel. Oh, you don't want to play Piano Man.
it's like
Come on now.
one story. And
Hey,
it's like,
Bruce gets his ass out
I
there
got
and
to
does
hear
Born
about
to
it every
Run
other
every
day.
night. This is
But
your Born to Run.
Born to
Somebody
Run.
stops you on the street, you tell
I'm
the
born to
fucking
run.
tour bus story.
Uh-huh.
You think Bruce jumps out of bed? I can't wait to do Badlands
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I mean, like I said, the analytics are good. You saw the wrapped list. All our numbers were astronomical. But that's
Meaningless in
because
and of themselves, but
we were starting from the basement. So where else can it go?
I have to give myself credit. I think my greatest triumph was, and I'm surprised at how easy this was, but I guess that goes to show what kind of influences we've become. Getting Uber Eats to list that you can put cheese on a Burger King's chicken sandwich. And I got to be honest,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm topping that.
Yeah. No,
That was
I
a
don't think I've ever achieved anything like
no,
that. So,
that
I
was
mean,
a
I,
Hoosier,
I tip my hat
Rudy,
to you.
rags to riches,
I tip
from
my
out of
hat.
nowhere,
Huh.
David Goliath, old Mike Lisk over new Mike Lisk. That was a story of triumph that will
Uh-huh.
be taught for decades, I think.
Yeah. But
And to
speaking
be
of
honest, like I said, it wasn't even that hard.
uh-huh. But speaking of Uber Eats, did you see somebody's note from last week's show that maybe the cost of your dishes are so astronomical is because they build in you know, they jack the prices for Uber
Yeah,
Eats? Have
yeah,
you
no
considered?
shit. Of course. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw something in the comments like, oh,
but don't you have places you can walk to or get to physically? I mean, you've Uber Eats every dish so far, right?
yeah.
You've never gone to a place in person.
There's no place near me.
Wow.
There's one, although it's more of a Thai place.
Hmm.
Now, I can be calling up individual restaurants to see if they deliver. Now,
Hmm.
a lot of places don't deliver anymore because of Uber Eats. They're like, fuck it, I just,
No.
Uh, but yes, thank you, genius people, for pointing out that Uber Eats may be sticking it to me a little bit. That's kind of understood.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's
Yeah.
not like I was like, oh my God, too good to be true. No, of course they add in a bullshit thing. It's a service.
Will you be drinking eggnog over the holidays?
Well, I have taste buds that are connected to my brain, so no.
I don't know that I think I may have tried it once. Yeah, it's not my thing, but I saw an article that people should be careful with the eggnog, that the raw eggs that are part of the ingredients may be tainted with salmonella.
I see the only person in the world I know who drinks eggnog is my buddy who I'm staying with for the next 2 weeks. So that'll be the test.
Does he spike it
I,
with rum or anything?
No, he doesn't even do that. And I think if it was sociably acceptable in July, he would drink it. Like he
Uh-huh.
just likes eggnog. So
I think I had it with rum one time. Actually, somebody, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it,
sure, if there's
there,
enough rum in it, yeah, I would have drunk it, but I'm not
there
drinking
was
eggnog.
there was a customer at one of the bars I worked at who it was like a tradition. I guess he would just whip up this huge batch and then he would start distributing bottles to friends, in the bar and so on.
Mhm.
And somebody got a bottle of it, and I was like, well, "Yeah, let me try it." And it was good. I mean, I think it can be if somebody knows how to make it. It can be good. Um, so I can't really completely knock it. I'm not going to go out of my way to
Yeah, I mean, if you
get
put rum in
myself
anything,
some eggnog.
you're gonna have a
uh,
better thing about it.
but
Except Moo Goo Gai Pan, which will still be horrible.
but for people who love eggs, and everybody loves eggs, I think. Do you know anybody who doesn't love eggs?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
Uh, our friend Will, Will, he's the guy who thinks Waddy is the best looking man of all time, and he was talking one time about how beautiful a man Waddy is, and he mentioned he hates eggs. He doesn't like
Uh-huh.
eggs.
Really?
Yeah.
No form of egg is appealing to him. Fried,
I think
omelets.
I think over the years since he's had children that may have changed,
Hmm.
But I think I like he doesn't like milk either, so maybe it's a dairy thing, like
Okay.
a texture thing
Well, maybe he can start throwing this stat at you. I never heard this stat before.
about how handsome Waddy is. He
No.
doesn't. There's no number. He just says it. I mean,
3 out of 10,000 eggs test positive for salmonella.
it's too many, Mike.
It is too many.
Too many.
3 out of 10,000.
I don't even
So
know what that
something. Well, I'm just saying, if you get the wrong batch of egg foo young, you're putting yourself at risk for salmonella. Just thinking of you, Greg. Thinking of you.
means. Now who's crying?
Those crazy TikTokers are at it again.
You with the TikTokers.
I'm trying to keep up with the times. Listen to this stupid thing. Yeah, it's like my sandwich video where I informed people the correct way to eat a Jersey Mike sub.
Did that one go viral? I can't remember.
It didn't quite go viral, but I think I did hit triple digits. I think you had 5 likes, I had 100.
Yeah, throw that in my face. Wow. Everybody
Only
heard that now.
so technically my video was 20 times more viral than your video.
Don't push me, Mike.
But yeah, I did not hit the millions like this particular TikToker who is suggesting that you marinate your Diet Coke in the fridge. So take your Coke, pour it into a glass, and then just stick it in your fridge for 7 to 10 days. And what do you get? What do you get after 7 to 10 days of your Diet Coke just hanging out in your fridge?
Chilled Coke? Chilled
No.
flat Coke?
No, crisp. It's crisp. They claim it is crisp.
How crispy do you need your soda? There's potato chips out there they could eat.
Yeah, I mean, if I want a crisp sensation, I don't think of soda. But apparently, this is that video went viral. Some other guy. Do you follow Bevo?
Bevo?
Bevo, yeah.
I do not follow Bevo on TikTok.
Bevo's claim to fame is that you don't need to chew your food. So that went viral.
I'm all right with that.
You're all right with that.
As someone who has always been a fast eater, I did get made fun of sometimes. People were like, "Do you chew your food?" Like,
Yeah.
where I'm from, you gulp it down, or somebody else is gonna. So,
and this also, doctors, experts weighed in, suggesting that you need to chew your food.
That's something they would say.
It breaks the food down, makes it easier to digest.
Thank you, doctor.
It avoids gastro pain, diarrhea, vomiting, etc. So yeah, they recommend chewing your food slowly. Ring a bell? Don't I always get criticized for?
You must be the healthiest person in the world. Nobody chews like Mike Litt.
Your constant criticism of me eating too slow.
When they say, "Oh, chew 40 bites every time," you must have been seeing double or something when you read that, because it is a process.
One more idiotic item. There's a new blue cheese beer out on the market.
Oh.
Yeah, that was my immediate reaction. And yeah, these flavored beers, these craft beers. God bless them.
I just hate blue cheese.
Yeah, I'm not a blue cheese fan either. So but I've had it.
Tricky because I like Old Bay. So I remember a couple years ago, I was like, "Oh, Old Bay beer," and I didn't like that. So. But I'm a mystery wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in some Tough Skins.
Tough Skins. Did you get Tough Skins for Christmas at all?
Back in the day, I'm sure a pair made an appearance under the tree.
Tough Skins.
The patch is already sewn in.
But then it was you know, we got tough skins, and it wasn't cool to have tough skins. Kids were like little fashion plates, and if they caught you wearing tough skins, you were instantly mocked. Did you have this experience, or was everybody wearing tough skins?
I don't remember.
No,
I don't remember there being a lot of mocking about fashion
no.
where I grew up.
Well, sneakers were the big thing, right? If you didn't have the right sneakers, I mean, I
Well, I
remember.
remember it wasn't whether you had the right sneaker, but we all had that the white shoe polish.
Yeah.
Remember that? When we'd get our new tennis shoes, boy, we'd have that white anytime there's a tiny put that
Oh, really?
oh
You were touching up?
touching up. That would last like 6 hours. Then it'd be fuck this. I'm not touching it. It's like the first 2 days of
Oh, it would
school.
never end with sneakers. I mean, they were always getting dirty. I mean,
Yeah, that's the thing. You get sick and tired of,
yeah.
constantly repainting them.
No, I never
It's
polished
like the first
my
week back at
sneakers.
school. Like the first week back at school, you'd have all your folders perfectly.
Right.
And then by day 3, they're all in a fucking pile in
Yeah.
the
So
toilet.
anyway, yeah, I won't be trying the blue cheese beer. That's
Disgusting.
made by Rogue Creamery. If you want to look into it,
We do not.
not a fan of these flavored beers.
I tell you what, I'm not a fan of. I can't remember if this has happened to me before, but at work this morning, I go into the bathroom. And there's 4 stalls, the last of which is the wheelchair, actually, the
Mhm.
handicap.
Yeah.
And 99 times out of 100, when I pop in the other bathroom, there's no one in there.
Right.
There's not a million people. It's not a ton of people.
Mhm.
Go in. There's somebody in the handicap stall.
Uh-oh.
None of the others.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one, I've never seen a handicapped man on my floor.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen more than 2 people in the bathroom at once. So I find it hard to believe he came in all 3 stalls.
Mm-hmm.
It was a full house.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody's in there. So I go to the urinal. I'm like, all right. Hey, for all I know, they're in a wheelchair. I don't know.
So you're gonna wait them out?
No, I'm just going to go do my thing. And I assume because we live in a society,
Uh-huh.
they're going to wait for me to leave.
Right.
Either they are in a wheelchair or whatever, or they're horrified they're about to get busted.
Wasn't this an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm? I thought there was
Yes.
something along the
Yeah,
lines.
there's something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He goes, you wait. That was the big tagline. It's not open. You wait. But so I'm doing my thing. And I'm like, well, I assume this guy knows we're living in a society and he'll wait for me to leave because he doesn't want to get busted being an asshole.
Uh-huh.
You handicap stall.
Right.
If he's not.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to do my thing, get out of here. Halfway doing my thing, that's what I call it. There's a flush.
Uh-huh. Yeah. All right.
I'm like, all right,
Won't be long now.
maybe it's a mercy flush. Maybe it's a signal.
The mercy flush. Yeah.
I'm like, all right. I'm like, I do the Jedi mind trick. I'm
I
like,
call
all
it a
right,
courtesy flush.
little courtesy. I was like, all right. I want to say, don't worry, I'll be out of here in 30 seconds. No, this motherfucker comes walking out. Easy breezy as you please. Now, I refuse to look. I can see him out of the corner of my eye. I have great periphery vision. That's for another show. And I'm like, they just strolls to the Saints to do his, watch the
Okay.
thing. I don't want to even, I'm scared to look because I'm like, I'll just be curious. I don't want to know. Maybe this is someone I like, whatever. Horrified.
Yeah.
Dude, hide in your soul in shame until you can slink out like a normal person. Who would just come balls out like?
Uh-huh. Let me ask a question in his defense. Is that the first stall that you come in contact with? No, it's
the
not.
last
Okay.
one.
All right. Well, okay.
Literally.
Like I said, I thought maybe in an emergency situation, someone would jump into the first stall.
No, which I would respect.
Okay.
Well, not even. Like you can wait half a second, but you literally have to walk. I was gonna say or roll by, but we're not that type of show. 3 stalls to get to the.
Oh, okay.
Well, so this shithead, and again, there's no chance
Mm-hmm.
there were 3 people in the bathroom, much less 1, much less 3.
Hmm.
So, but now I kind of am curious who this shithead is, but I'm
Hmm.
like, you know what? I'd rather just not know.
Hmm.
I know he had a blue suit. I could kind of tell, pick up, like I said, I didn't want to look. Like, what goes through somebody's head? Oh, let me use the big. Are you just thrilled you have the big stall? Like you're a kid in the toy pile for the first time? Splishy
I
splash?
don't know. I mean, I think, I'm trying to think again, play devil's advocate here. Sometimes you need a little more room in the stall. You say he
Mm-hmm.
was wearing a suit. Did he have an overcoat?
No.
No. Um, a raincoat.
I mean, room for what? I mean, what are you doing? You doing a
Well,
ballet in there before you go?
you got to take off the suit jacket. It's like, yeah, you need a little
Yeah.
elbow room.
I
Um,
would think just the social stigma of being caught walking out of one of these would be
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
No, number one, you know my rule. If you were in there in a normal stall, just wait until
Mhm.
the person's gone from the urinal anyway.
Yeah.
Much less.
Yeah, no, I hear you. You've made your argument. So much so that I think maybe we've had so much bathroom talk on this show.
I mean, maybe he walked by the first three stalls and there were no toilet brushes in
Uh,
there,
we're gonna
and
have
so
to
he got
make it a new a segment of the show, bathroom talk. But anyway,
the onions
y-
on these people.
yeah, I hear you. It's that seems unnecessary.
Thanks for
But
taking my side. When you tried with the bullshit, maybe it was an emergency thing, but hey, it's the
it,
men's room.
I'm just
All emergencies.
trying to think what could have happened there. Um,
Why do I feel like we haven't said any Christmas movies?
I offered up two.
Okay. Do you have an opinion on the Die Hard thing? Can we put that to bed? That's not a.
Yeah, I don't consider that. Well, maybe I should now that I consider the Night of the Hunter a Christmas movie. uh, I
What do you got planned for the new year? We should
have
tell
no
people we're off next week.
I have no plans. Yeah, we're gonna be off next week. So this is it for the year. Hope everybody has a nice New Year's, Christmas,
We
any
have
other
a shout
holidays,
out.
other holidays you may be celebrating or celebrated.
We have a shout out I'd like to
Oh
give.
yes, yeah. Let's hear that.
This is from a listener who would like to get us to give a shout out. This is from Andrea. Andrea?
Hmm.
Andrea? I'll just read it. If that's okay.
Okay.
My boyfriend Mitch, I won't say his last name. My boyfriend Mitch, hi Mitch, is your biggest fan. Nice. He loves you guys and plays the podcast for me and our son in the car at every opportunity. It's his birthday next week. Could you give him a shout out on the show? It would move him to tears. Thank you, Andrea. I think we can do that. Let's give Mitchell a shout out, a little happy birthday. I don't know why he's playing this for his children. I'm not saying we're
Yeah,
calling child services, but Mitch, come on, do
yeah,
better.
yeah. I
But
don't know.
happy birthday, Mitch. Thanks for listening. This Andrea must be a wonderful girl who hook you up with the egg foo what
Isn't it
legend.
Andrea? Andrea?
You gotta embarrass me. Not happy till you've embarrassed me in front of your high class friends.
I thought you're the one going for the high class pronunciation.
What is it? Andrea?
Andrea.
Andrea? Andrea?
Andrea. Yeah, it's like
Andrea?
a woman's name. Yeah,
Andrea.
Andrea. You've never heard that name before.
What was I saying?
Andrea.
Andrea. What's wrong with that?
It's nobody says it that way.
I just did.
Should I start
Sorry.
calling you Grigori?
Sorry.
Grigori?
Andrea.
Grigori.
Andrea.
Thank you,
Andrea.
Grigori. And you can call me Michael.
Can,
Michael.
can you
Michael.
give can you give Mitch a nice shout out for his birthday, please?
Yeah, thanks a lot for listening, Mitch. Happy birthday. Happy holidays. Yeah, like Greg, I question whether you should be playing it in front of your child. And also,
Andrea, text us if it's a problem.
uh
I'm sorry, Andrea.
Andrea. And yeah, maybe we should have done this in the beginning of the episode because only about 3% of our audience makes it to the end.
He's not making it to the end. Well, maybe that's why we should have
Uh-huh.
kept till the end.
Uh-huh.
Then again, you
Yeah.
can just fast forward.
So yes,
What are your New Year's plans?
I do not have plans. I'm a guy without plans now. I'm a free floating agent.
Mhm.
I'll call a couple of my friends who live nearby. Maybe we'll get together, watch a football game. The Giants are playing on Christmas Day.
God, you depress yourself, Mike. Come on now. Can't have that. Can't
I
have you
mean,
on
last
suicide
week's
watch.
game was miserable. It's like, yeah, I don't, I've never watched so much bad football in one year, I don't think. But it is a social event, so we'll gather, we'll have a few drinks, we'll have a few laughs, and I can come out of my isolation. I do.
Triumphant.
I have to get out of the house once in a while. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll be out of the house for Christmas and figure something out for New Year's. I don't know. How about yourself? You said you're going to Richmond. Maybe you can
Being
do a
rich,
meet and greet down there while you're down there.
being great. Yeah, I'm
Meet and
gonna meet my
greet
friend and his wife. Hey, nice to
Gregory
meet
Wilson.
you. Yeah. If we get, I'll tell you what, if we get 100 people in the comments to say I will be meet us in Richmond, I'll do it. I'll set up a time. If we get 100 people,
Where would you meet the fans? What's a good place in Richmond?
if we get 100 people, it's something like
100
the
people. Come on. Well,
mall.
shoot for a more realistic number.
All right, 300.
How about 20?
20. All right, if 20
20 is a
people,
good number.
if 20 people, well, it's not as good as 100. I mean, we just pick because they're good.
I
Uh,
remember, yeah.
20. All right, 20. If 20 people say I want to meet you in Richmond over the Christmas holiday break, I will set something up.
Okay. Is there a Panda Inn nearby?
Panda Inn?
Or no, what is it? Panda
Oh,
Express.
I was gonna say just meet it like
Panda
outside the
Express.
mall for like
Actually,
2 minutes, shaking
Pan,
hands.
the Panda Inn was a Chinese restaurant in my hometown. No, I was thinking of Panda Express. Is there a Panda Express nearby?
No, there's a Peter Chang's.
Oh,
I'd go
okay.
to.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
classy.
was thinking a situation where these 20 strangers line up in a row and I sprint by them, giving them all five. But you're saying I should sit down and have a meal. Okay. All right. I'll do that too.
Just an idea.
Now, wait a minute.
It's your meet
20
and greet.
people.
It's your
This
meet
will
and
not
greet.
be paid for by Egg Food. I don't know what my check's going to be, but it's not going to be paying for. This will
Yeah,
be
not for 20
cash.
people, no.
This will be, I want to be very clear. This will be, everybody pays for themselves.
No,
And I will,
you have to start somewhere. I remember the best show when I first got involved with the show. We were still at WFMU in Jersey City, and Tom wanted to do like a post-show meet and greet.
Mhm.
And people actually, a couple people showed up at the PATH station, and we said hello, and it was nice,
Mhm. All right.
So maybe if you have a couple people reach out to you, you
If
can
get a couple
meet them,
people,
do a meet and greet.
but I'm not going to make it a post. They have to sit through this episode and listen to get to this.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
true.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
if a group of people want to meet up with me, uh, then I'm flattered, and of course I'll be happy to have a little egg food what Christmas meetup. I'm saying all this assuming it's not going to happen, but I would be very flattered if
Yeah,
that happened. Yeah, of
we
course.
were putting it out there.
Yeah. Now
Did,
that you've shamed me,
did
yes,
you
of
get
course.
it? Did you get a fortune cookie?
Oh, fuck, I did, but I left
Oh,
it at
man.
my desk.
How long have we done this show? Okay.
I mean, if you want to wait, I can run into my
No,
desk and get.
no, let's not keep our fans waiting.
it.
Greg,
I
and his
mean,
tardiness.
these are people that
Uh,
we assume would be willing to meet me in Richmond. So the kind of quality these fans, I don't know if they're above waiting 60 seconds. That's all I'm saying.
Learning is a treasure which accompanies us everywhere.
Tell you what's accompanying us here is bullshit.
Uh-huh.
That is a perfect fortune to sum up all the fortune cookies for this year.
Hmm.
Out of the 51 or 2 or whatever, would you say 2 have been actual fortunes?
Yeah, no,
I had one recently. I
I
can't
haven't
remember.
I haven't gotten a good one in a while.
And I had a nice one that I kept, something about you'll always have good friends or something that was
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah.
Might have been in 22, but
Mhm.
I still.
Uh-huh. Nice.
But I'm sorry I let you down with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Beatles video.
Okay, that's all right.
Well, no, it's not all right. You're upset.
Do better next time.
No, uh, older, harder Mike wouldn't have been as, well, why did you cry more? New Mike is,
Yeah. New
I,
mic.
I didn't know. Now that I have new Mike, now that I know, I can
Yeah.
adjust. That's
Well, I
all.
want to thank everybody for listening. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. I enjoy all the comments that come in. It's always fun to read those and interact with the listeners. Um, and I want to wish everybody a great holiday and a happy new year. And I'll try to
And
come back with some funny stories for you all.
did you write this outro all by yourself, Mike?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Thanks, everybody. Like Mike said, thanks. I know I speak for Mike. We really appreciate everybody listening, everybody chiming in with the comments. Even though, some of us get upset while others roll our eyes. Thanks for listening. Thanks for everything. And maybe I'll see some of y'all in Richmond. Either way, have a great holiday season, and we'll see you in the new year.
Bye bye.